podcast. There we go. Hi, chat. It's been a while. Man, I have a lot to probably explain. I have been away for quite some time, as many of you probably know. I took a very long and extraneous break from D&D. About 3 to 4 months. Actually, I think it'll be 4 months in May, which is like next week. So, yeah, I took a break from D&D. And in that time, during around the second month, I would say, I began story writing and world building for the next planetoid called Malona. So, if you guys aren't aware, I made a planet by the exact same name with a different continent that was ran by an old friend of mine, as I'll call them. And I was a player in this game, and it was ran for a group of my 12 closest friends at the time. Most of them, if not all of them, have decided to no longer wish to play D&D or have better things to do. Or, for the sake of being fully transparent, my ex-fiance passed away. So, yeah. This is all built in her honor. I have spent the past 2 weeks working on some stuff. So, shall we take a first look at the planetoid by the name of Malona, which I forgot to put on the star map. Fuck. Whoopsie daisy. Let me go fix my mistake really quickly. One second. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is what I like to call my best effort on making you know, a star map. And yeah, it's not that great. But we currently have a star map in the works by several people of the community, which is awesome. Temp star map. Whoops. Let me send Moon this updated version as well. Excuse me. Star map update. Totally didn't forget Malona. So Malona is actually a planetoid that only has one continent on it. It is the biggest planetoid in the nebulae, as it exists in all 4 quadrants of the nebulae, depicting the different seasons. Funny enough. Originally, I was going to make it multiple continents, and then I realized that, well, let's just say Malona is going to be very fucking huge. So, I decided against that. Mainly because, these games are going to run over the course of 2 years. So, let's take a first look, shall we? Give me just a second. Doing some final adjustments. No. What? Okay, whatever. All right, so let's take a look at the star map. Whoops, wrong thing. There we go. So, welcome to the star map that is called, I'm just going to simply call it the Warrior World Galaxy. I believe the actual galaxy name is... Hold on, let me go double check my notes. Kikafa. Right, Kikafa. So, obviously, all of these little tokens here are going to be replaced. Because, dear God, this looks like actual shit. Also, I will be answering questions if anyone in chat has any questions. I'm also currently sitting in a Discord VC all by myself right now in order to answer questions of the players that potentially wish to play in these campaigns. Better than MS Paint. True. But, so, let's take a look at the first planet that we played on, which was called the Warrior World, which is residing in the Casta Nebula. No one has ever seen the Casta Nebula. This is the first look at it. So, the Casta Nebula consists of several things. Each nebula has its own sun and its own singular moon. Now, the reason that is because the moons in this world that I've made are not very important. So, if the planets have a moon that goes around them, it makes no sense for me to just make like a little moon that goes around them. Each nebula does have a different moon for each planet. I'm just not going to mark that on the map. But there is one major moon that is, quote-unquote, residable on in each of these planets, or each of these nebulae. And I'll kind of be discussing each of them. Sorry, I'm opening up some notes. So, let's talk about the Warrior World. The Warrior World has had 3 continents that have been played on it, which was Nala, the continent of the 12, Landuma, and 4 continents. Sorry, all 4 continents have been played, right? Yeah. So there was Nala, first there was the continent of the 12, then there was Landuma, then Nala, then Sentia, which was the final continent that I played on, which was on the continent of the 12, or near the continent of the 12. Each of those games, the continent of the 12, I believe, lasted 2 years. Or maybe it was a year. I don't remember. It was a long time. That planet has been fully explored. Well, quote unquote, fully explored. It is returnable to. Obviously, one of the major things being space travel in this next iteration. You can return to other planets. So yeah. But yeah, the Warrior World is basically our current day Earth, except for its technology level is about the mid, I'd say Victorian era, except for they actually have sewers and plumbing. I think that's Victorian era that they started doing that. I believe that's what I have written down. Anyway. So, mid-Victorian era technology level, they have simple carts, wagons, etc. Basic shit. In VC streaming Malona. But we can do that at the same time. So that was the first planetoid. Their major moon that is residable on is called Gista. It is a moon that is approximately double the size of this, which is why I kind of try to make it a bit bigger. The Warrior World is actually quite small compared to every other planetoid, which is pretty funny because it was one of the biggest, like, lore-wise continents or planetoids. Yeah. So yeah. Lita is their sun for this nebulae. And each planet revolves around, or well, actually, yeah. So this is the major sun that they can visit. Each planet has their own sun, as well as moon, but this is the biggest star in the nebula. So it is considered the sun to the planetoids. Tolden is a part of the Costa Nebula. It is a desert planet filled with oasis and other sorts of deserty shit. Vitasta is a planet that is way above the tech level of anything else in this nebula other than the continent that we're currently going to be playing on, which has been yet to be named, on the planetoid of Malona. It is currently where the Archon technically resides, and I'll kind of get into that a little bit. The Archon is Thievius's massive fucking basically AI machine that is keeping all of the knowledge that it can learn from each of the campaigns that I've ran, which is pretty cool. Then we have Arden, which is a ginormous jungle planet with several monsters on it. It's basically my version of Monster Hunter. If you've ever played Monster Hunter World, it's the first area of Monster Hunter, but way fucking bigger. It has several dungeons and a bunch of other cool shit that is in it. Titacan is the first planetoid that is made purely out of water. That's right, it's just water. There are dungeons on this, and I still have yet to make a planetoid map, but that is going to take up, like, I think I have it at 5 different maps because each different locale has different dungeons on it, which is pretty neat. What's up, Crunchy? Welcome in.
Nothing much. What's up with you?
I'm just telling stream about Malona and the planetoids, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
But you're here to make a character, so let's get that done.
Yeah.
All right, so first things first, I'm trusting you with an IP. AKA, don't show this to anybody.
Okay.
And let me go ahead and... Well, I gotta hide my... You cannot look, chat. You cannot see this.
It's secret.
It is a secret IP that will get me absolutely fucking deleted if I reveal it. Oh, let me just make sure that it's not showing on stream. Okay, we're good. Alright. Here you go. Bam. That should directly connect you to my little thing here, and you should see a new thing called Crunchy, where you should be able to log in at. Let me unhide my camera. Let's go back to the star map while I'm at it. And I'll just kind of keep explaining while you load.
Okay.
So, they also have a star, one major star that is residable on, which is called the Red Star of Anarith. It is a place and source of power. Now, to the Vista Nebula. And if anyone's watched The Dragon's Roar, you'll recognize one of these names, which is Il-Katai. Now, Il-Katai was first a planet that was filled with a creature called the Ilkthar, before 2 pillars planted the seed of Yggdrasil on top of it, opening up its ley lines again and destroying all of the fucking undead. So that happened. It currently has no residents, including the undead. It is inhabitable, but it is broken and destroyed. Its tech level is equal to modern day. Casta is one of the largest planetoids that was made specifically for trade. They have one massive ass fucking space station on the top of their planet that anybody can land on. They do not give a fuck as long as you have money. Their planet has several residents on it, and its tech level is equal to modern day. Verdea, I believe I said, was a planetoid made out of stone. Yeah. So Verdea is just a planet that's purely made out of stone and rocks. It's the mining planet, basically. Mine shafts, all that, etc. Then we have the first moon that has residence on it, which is called the Moon of Frost. It is a moon or planetoid, quote unquote, that is made completely out of ice and snow. And their major star that they have is called Jasta. They also have a star of power called the Blue Star of Saphira. In the Verde Nebula, their major star is called Ulfen. Their major moon is called Yorfa. And the planets that reside in it, yes, that is not a joke, by the way. Callist or Celeste, either one works for this creature, is a ginormous living Ilkthar planetoid. That's right. It's one giant fucking undead planet. Like the planets itself is an undead. It is retrievable or repairable, as I'll call it. But I wish the players the best of luck if they enter this place. Just gonna be so dead ass. Altair is another Earth-like planet that is made... I think it has 4 continents on it. Yeah, it does. It's basically modern-day Earth. It currently has no residents, though. Then we have Yoltest, which is another stony planet that is made out of pure marble. Their people are more like the Aztecs of our day, which is pretty cool. Then we have the final nebula, which is called the Verde Nebula. Or, wait, that's wrong. Hold on. Why does it say Verde? That should be Costa. Not Costa. The fuck? Hold on. This fucked me up. Hold on. Why did it not save my changes? Edit. I would like to edit the text in it, please. Can I just not edit the text in it? Okay, whatever. Delete this. Because that should not be Verde. What the fuck? Hold on. Now it's got me all messed up. This is the Tierna Nebula. That's right. Tierna. Fucking stuff not saving. How dare ye? Hold on. I've got to close and reopen Foundry. Because otherwise it's not going to save my fucking changes. Okay. So now, hopefully, whenever I view this... Okay, it didn't save. Hold on. Repairing the fucking universe. Configure. Choose file. Star map. Save. Okay, that's not going to work, so we're just going to bonk it. We're going to create scene. Star map temp. Choose file. Save changes. That should... Nope. Okay. Well, that name is forever broken. Because it does not want to fix. Hold on, let me try one more thing. Figure, basics, background, choose file, star map temp 1. There we go. Much better. Okay. Okay. So back to it. The Tierna Nebula has Nirta. Yes, I know. Which is a planet made out of oil and tar. It is currently residable. It has some residents on it. Their major sun is Anesta. Their major moon is Alpha. And their major star of power is Yorm. Also, the Jade Star is in the Verde Nebula, and its name is Tiersta. Another planet in this nebula is called Kelta, which is a planetoid that is made purely out of coral reefs. It is similar to Taitaken, except for it is not all water. It has some land masses, but they're very, very small and very, very rare to find. Then we have Testa, which is made out of a special material that is basically a pink marble. It is inhabited. And then we have the Tulfa, which is... hold on. I think it's the planet that is based off of the Amazon or the Amazonians. Yeah. You're having problems, Crunchy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am.
Try it now.
This site can be reached.
Try it now.
Still nothing.
Oh, that is strange.
Yeah, it's saying that it took too long to respond.
Mine loaded perfectly fine. What browser are you using?
Just using Chrome. Like Google Chrome.
That's strange. You copied and pasted that site?
Yep, the exact link that you sent me.
Try just clicking on it and opening it and see what happens.
Yeah, I've been doing that too.
It's still not working?
Yeah, not working.
That is weird. Give me just a second. Is it because I didn't port forward properly? Ah, that's the issue. One moment, chat. It's because I closed and reopened Foundry. So hold on. It's going to show the same thing, but it might pop open the thing. Maybe not. I might be completely lying. I don't know what the problem is then.
Crossing your fingers.
Try that one, and if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. Hold on, let me open up my phone.
It's taking longer to load, so...
Oh, is it?
Oh, nope. Can't be reached.
Can't be reached. Do you have hardware acceleration on?
No.
Okay, so what I want you to do is in Chrome, you're going to go to the top right-hand corner where the three dots are. Go to settings. Go to performance. Wait. Where is it? They changed all of this. The fuck? Hold on. Give me a second. I'll figure this out. Okay. Sorry. Go into the three dots, go into settings, and then go into system. And you should see use graphics acceleration when available. Click that on.
Okay, apparently that was on.
Okay, it was on. That is even more strange. Let me try connecting to myself. It loaded instantaneously.
Is this something that I would need to like let through a firewall?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, I'll send you something else and we'll see if that works. I mean, you are basically directly connecting to me, so.
Oh.
I'm in the mainframe.
You're gonna put a virus on my computer.
I could, technically, because I am an IT engineer, but I'm not an asshole. Also, I wouldn't do that to people.
Glad to hear that.
Or would I? No, I'm just kidding. Your fucking PC blue screens, you're like, oh!
Hey, my computer's already done that to me. Like, it's decided that it wants, like, the bit key or whatever. It doesn't need it at all, because I just restart my computer and it's fine.
That's funny.
Yeah. Like, the first time I actually... And then I just went, absolutely not. Because no. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I'm port forwarding, so it should be. Yeah, it's ported.
Ooh.
Your computer does not like my IP address. Hopefully this works. Chrome should have asked you if you believe that the site was safe enough to access, did it not?
It did not. So I have to manually go in and like put in the IP or whatever and let it through.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Normally, Chrome freaks the fuck out and is like, hey, that's not safe!
I guess my computer doesn't trust me or something. So it just went, nope.
It just said, I don't think so. Yeah, if this doesn't work, I do have a different solution that may proc your firewall to be like, you sure you want to go there? But also, this is the continental map that has been yet to be named. I'm being summoned by my mother. I will return. Chat, enjoy looking at the fucking continent map. I spent a lot of time on this. I've been looking for myself, and yeah, I've been looking for it, and I can't even find the official site. So I'll let you know. Okay. Sorry, she was asking things about my pupper dog. I have returned.
Progress on firewall thing.
What?
It's like, oh, you need an endpoint or whatever, and
Oh, is it just not gonna work?
yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me
All right.
make the custom rule to let it through.
You know what? We're gonna do it the fucking hard way.
Alrighty.
Oops. Not that. I almost sent you something damning.
Oh.
My actual IP address.
Good thing you didn't send that.
Try that. Let's do it the fucking hard way.
It looks like it just opened.
That's funny. Me, let's do it the hard way. It worked. Okay, great. That's fine.
Okay, yep. I see crunchy. Is there a specific password?
No, there's no passwords for these.
Login successful.
Let's fucking go. All right.
So the hard way was the easy way, I guess, this time.
I guess so.
Ooh, I have a color.
Yes, you do. Okay. Let me...
What do I do?
Give me just a second.
Okay.
I'm fixing something. So I need to pop down a token. Oh yeah, this is your first time seeing the continental map.
Yep, it is.
You get to build a city.
What?
Yeah, your city's right here. See it?
No, hold on. I'm trying to figure out moving on the. Whoa.
I made it look like an orcish thing because you're playing an orc.
Makes sense. There we go. It's just right clicking and I didn't have a mouse.
All right. First things first. Do you have a character name?
Unable to decide.
Okay, that's fine.
But what they go by is probably not their real name, because they probably think their real name is like cringy or just not cool or whatever.
Okay, so make you the owner. Bam! So now if you go into the, I believe it is the third tab for you, it looks like a little person. It should be called Actors. You should see a folder called Pillars. And if you open that folder, you should see a thing called Player Character.
Huzzah!
Cool. All right, so let's talk about what this means for you specifically as you are joining the Prism very late into the Prism. So the way that I'm going to kind of do this, kind of an out of character kind of thing. The main way that I'm going to introduce you is that obviously the previous green will retire. He'll go and return to his people. And then Thievius will mention that he has somebody that he believes could become the prism or become the piece of the prism, and that will be your character that will appear. And you'll basically get a trial of being in the Pillar games. So that means that you'll attend the Pillar games, you'll play in the Pillar games until we decide if you are a good fit or not. Which, by the time that we play the Pillar games, I'm hopefully going to be having more conversations with you, and I'll get to know you a bit better. So, nothing to worry about there. You'll probably fit right in. Let's just say that this party is absolutely chaotic stupid.
Good. That will play well on what I plan to act like. Whether I actually act like how I'm acting like I hope I do. But you know how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Let's talk about what your character is. What race are you going to be playing?
Red orc.
Red or QSA?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Pop that in there. So this is going to be a bit complicated, especially because of how I'm going to do this. Your character would have been born in the city that was built here. Like where it says Crunchy. That's where you're going to be born.
Okay.
So, you're not going to have a background just yet. Because I need you to basically more or less on me. So, okay, I need you to eventually at some point in time, whenever you get the free time or whenever you want to, during either this week or weekend or next week or weekend, get with me and I'll give you a login to an incarnate where you'll be able to build your city with
Okay.
your own hand, because I would prefer it to be that way. And then what I'll have you do is, could you send me an email address so that I could perhaps share a Google Doc with?
Yes, I can.
Cool. So you are going to be granted access, editing access, to a documentation by the name of Malona. During this time that you will have become the Green Pillar of Light, you would have made a boon for your prismatic burst. So right now, where there is no prismatic burst for the green, I want you to, during some time this week, take a look at the other prism bursts and make sure that it looks balanced. If you
Gotcha.
don't think that it's balanced, then you can ask me and we can work together on that. If you want to do that today, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't really have any plans for today. And if you want to do the incarnate thing just throughout the week, I can go ahead and send you that login. I'm just doing other things at the moment.
Mhm.
Let me send you that incarnate link now. Have you ever used incarnate, or do you have your own or anything like that?
I do not know what incarnate is.
It's a map builder.
Okay. I've used Dungeon Scroll. That's basically all that I've used because I do stuff kind of by hand.
And I will send you a link to the website itself. And then I'm going to pin this. There you go. So yeah, just you can name your city, and then I'll update the map, the base map that is. And once you've built it, I'll put it into the Foundry, along with everything else that I'm going to be doing this week, which is going to be pretty fucking awesome. Other than that, the only necessary thing that I have is some sort of backstory for your character, because even though that you're going to be a part of the Prism, you're still going to have some character backstory stuff that I want to implement into the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So, write up a backstory whenever you decide on a name for your town or whatever. And in lore, basically, the reason I say that you were quote-unquote born here is that you were chosen by Thievius to be teleported here to build the city that would become the Greens. And when Sid retired, Thievius went, oh shit, what do I do now? So you can pick if you want to be from like a different planetoid, such as like the Warrior World or whatever, and kind of write a backstory off of that if you'd prefer.
Okay. Well, I do want to know some of like the Red Orc's lore and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I can give you that. So let me show you. I actually have a map for this. So, welcome to the continent of the 12. If you look in the bottom of the screen right here, you can see everything mapped. But I'm going to direct your attention to right here. So the Red Orcs live around in this area, even though it's not depicted on the map. They live pretty close to Burnin' Hell. Yes, that is the actual name of the city. The Red Orcs are called Red Orcs because they've lived out here so close to Burnin' Hell, which literally has a living hellfire forge in it that burns to the top of the sky, basically. When activated, that is. That their green skin turned red and began to hurt enemies as they were damaged. Basically, it is quote-unquote a curse that was made into a beneficial thing by the Red Orcs. Their lore is basically the main Red Orcs that were originally implanted into this place were more or less predecessors to the Red Orcs. When the curse was implanted onto the Orcish tribe that was originally living here, they became Red Orcs and were more or less exiled from the Orcish tribes because they were, well, not orcs anymore to them, even though they looked like orcs and talked like orcs and all the other jazz. They were more or less told to go fuck off and live on their own. And they've resided in the desert to attempt to live and reside in the desert, because the actual orcish tribes live like right here, so they wanted to be far enough away, and they were originally cursed here anyway, so they decided, oh, let's just live here anyway.
Makes sense.
Other than that, their lore is just basically, have you ever seen the anime, the time that I got reincarnated as a slime?
Yes. I haven't
Okay,
watched it all the way through because I fell off, but yeah.
okay, do you remember the, I think they are literally called, orcs, where he called one of them is named Geld. Spoiler warning. They lived in basically like a deserty land at the time. That is basically where they lived. They would feed off of each other, and like if one orc died, it was basically like they weren't famished, but if an orc died, it was tradition to eat them. Which is pretty fucked, but and also the red orcs believe that their strength from burning hell and the curse of the fire that was given to them is a gift of God. Because, yeah.
Because it has given them power.
I mean, yeah, their blood is now, like, burning hot. Okay, so, I probably explained this wrong. So, the reason that you deal fire damage whenever you're hit is because your blood is so hot that you can feel it consistently flowing through your veins.
Oh, it's fire damage that I deal?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just like basic thorns type thing.
No, it's fire damage.
Okay.
But yeah, that is literally your burning blood being like expunged from your body to deal damage to enemies. Which is kind of fucked if you think about it. But the Red Orcs liked it, so they made it a game. Specifically, if you really want to, the tribe that lives where I pointed out on the map, like right around here, they literally have a game called, hold on, let me go get the in-lore name. Did I really call it that? Hold on. The canon name is called Shootin' Blood. It is where orcish people, in a bout of strength, will take daggers to each other and attempt to stab one another to the death to see whose blood is stronger.
Great.
So that's a thing. But yeah, you can work off of that if you want.
Yeah, I probably will to some extent. Something that I was thinking of is that because of the, they get hurt basically by physical damage typing, that damage gets dealt back to the person, is that they probably would have developed some sort of weapon that doesn't do like piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning. So since they live in a very hot environment, maybe it's like a very thin sheet of metal that just gets like superheated because the environment is so hot, so it deals fire damage just because it burns people.
I think I actually have a weapon that is that.
Yes.
And I think you actually are right that they made it.
Oh yeah.
Let me double check though. Yeah, it's called the Blade. I didn't actually call it this, did I? Hold on. Okay. The Blade of Blood God.
Simple names for simple people.
They are orcs. These orcs are kind of stereotypical orcs that just, you know, they're dumb.
It makes me think that my character should just call themselves Blood.
You know, I wouldn't put it against you. That... Hold on. I gotta go double check and make sure that that tribe doesn't actually do that. They might. No, they don't. Thank God.
They're just naming their kids Blood or something.
No, they actually have normal-ish names.
Oh, sweet. So my character's actual name is Normal, and because, I'm like, yeah, my character needs to, like, get out of the, they're stupid and are taking things way too far. So my character would call themselves Blood because they think it's really cool. It's not. And they might eventually go by their actual name because,
Yeah, genuinely, that's funny. So I wouldn't mind it. You can kind of write your own lore for your character, and I'll just play off of it. I really have no preference of how you word it or do anything with it. It's your character. But, obviously becoming a part of the Prism is very important to everyone, including people that might not even understand, like, what's a prism?
Oh yeah. And I bet my character didn't know about Prism at all until they got pulled into this.
So the only thing that you would have known is that you were asked by a wizard who approached your tribe how many orcs would be willing to be fed to build a city for the previous green, and you were one of the few that agreed. Because you were tired of being famished.
All right.
Or however you want to word it. What's up, Raya? Also, while we're here, let's talk about the dungeon mechanics. Oh boy! Alright, so each planetoid, including the continent of the 12 and the warrior world, will have several dungeons on it. Funny enough, I am remaking Malcolm's Laboratory. That's right. Prepare for hell. Takes off gloves.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, you said hi first. I'm just kind of popping in to say hi.
Hi.
Loving the
Whenever you get the chance, Raya, are you wanting me to build your city, or do you want to do it yourself?
uh, you mind if I kind of scramble some ideas together? I have to brainstorm. My brain is perpetually fried right now. I
Well, I need
am
it done as swiftly as possible. So if you would rather me just
yeah,
do it, I
I
don't
plan on
care.
I plan on cobbling something together this weekend.
Okay, I'll send you the info to the map maker then.
Okay. Because I was originally thinking of something along the lines of kind of not really a monastery kind of deal, but considering that Vanya is kind of nomadic, I would say kind of a tribe, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you are an ash elf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense for your character that you would want to build something that resembles your home world.
Okay. I just unfortunately I'm not entirely well versed in Ash Elf. I may have to talk to you in regards to that to get
Oh,
some kind
I'd
of
love
idea.
to talk about my race that likes to absolutely have the most fun in my games. I will answer any question that you want about Shark Eyes off stream,
Okay,
obviously.
cool. I'll stream, obviously, of course. And with Makaria, I think she's just running kind of a smuggling operation in like Ben's kingdom, just because. I
That
mean,
is
lucrative.
nigh impossible in the city of Indonia.
You never know.
Uh, I do know that it is going to be impossible.
John, I'm sorry, John, not Ben. John, I'm
Oh, John's city?
brain fried. Yeah,
You'll have to
I
talk to
was talking
Jerome
to
about
one of.
that one.
Yeah, I've already talked to Jerome. I've
Okay, is he
already
cool
talked
with
to
it?
Jerome. He seemed cool with it.
Okay, that's fine with me then. You can play
Uh,
Makaria
I
again,
mean,
by
I
the
can go
way.
ahead and double check, but
You can play Makaria again. You know that, right?
liar. I what?
No, I'm serious.
How dare you?
No,
How
I'm
dare you cut
serious.
off my pirate tendencies?
Okay, well,
Why
anyway.
can't
Back to my
why can't I
dungeon
play Vaporia?
ramble. So, each planetoid will have several dungeons. So to explain each of these, I'm going to go through each one of them. So we're going to start up here in the top right-hand corner. The Floating Temple of the Gods. Prism dungeon only. Can anyone guess what the fuck that means?
Prism prisms only.
That means until the Pillars of Light complete this dungeon, no one else can complete it. It is a 10-floor dungeon that you can play through from the levels of 1 to 10.
Let's go.
The next dungeon that I have is a Goblin Camp. It is a 5-floor dungeon for all players from levels 1 to 10. Also, by floors, some of these will have basements, but basically, the Goblin camps and the Bandit camps are just a group of like encampments of bandits or goblins, whichever one is present there. That's what I mean by floors there.
Okay.
Next up, we've got the Bandit camp, like I explained with the Goblin camp. It's 3 floors from levels 1 to 5. Then we have the Abandoned Mansion, which is a 10-floor dungeon, levels 10 to 15. Then we have the City of the Fallen, which is a 1-floor arena, which is levels 1 to 3. This is the first iteration of the mechanic that I like to call the Horde mechanic. Whenever you enter this dungeon, you will survive a wave of 10 you will survive up to 10 rounds of hordes of enemies. These enemies can range from the levels of 1 to 3. And then at the very end, should you be alive, you will be encountered by a boss. Now, here's the biggest one. The Observatory. A 20-floor dungeon from the levels of 1 to 10, with the top floor being a raid boss, which you mandatorily have to be level 5 to complete. However, raid bosses must be attempted by at least 1 or 2 parties. So 2 different parties must converge on a raid boss in order to defeat it. Otherwise, it is unbeatable. Or sorry, 2 to 3 parties, not 1 to 2. Two to 3 parties must converge on a raid boss, and each time I'll put a text box above it saying which groups are interested in taking on the raid boss. So yeah. And then we have the Castle of Eden, which is the final dungeon on the planetoid of Malona, which is a 20-floor dungeon, which is for the Prism only, from levels 10 to 15. Pretty cool. And I'll kind of explain what each of these kind of mean and how the dungeon mechanics will work. So, the dungeon mechanics work like this. Each dungeon with multiple floors will have a chance to rest at each floor increment. So, for example, let's take into accommodation the 10-floor dungeon of the Floating Temple of the Gods, which is a Prism dungeon only, that has 10 floors. So, every now and again, I will roll which, obviously it's one dungeon that has different floors and they move and shift and enemies change and stuff like that and etc. Whenever I roll for whatever day the Prism people want to take on this dungeon, I'll map it out, slot it down, bam. For these dungeons, since we are running bi-weekly, I'll need to know a week in advance that you want to take on a dungeon in order to prepare it. On the 5th level and on the 10th level of this dungeon, you will find a teleportation pad. This teleportation pad will enable you to leave and return to the dungeon at any point in time. Obviously, excluding the 10th floor, which the teleportation pad can only be used once before fighting the boss. Same goes for the Goblin Camp, the Bandit Camp, and any other dungeon of that sort. Also, for arenas, or the Horde battles, there is no teleporting in or out. You must survive or die.
Makes sense.
Pretty cool. Oh, and I should also mention that the 20-floor dungeon, the Observatory, on the 20th floor, or sorry, I'll kind of explain a little bit better. So for the raid boss encounters, there is a special ruling on that one where when you enter the final floor of the dungeon, aka the 20th floor, you get 2 to 3 teleportation stones that you can give to other parties that teleport back in with you. For each boss, you have 2 attempts. The first attempt, should you drop the boss below 50% HP and wish to use the teleportation pad, you will be allowed to, should you be on the 10th round of combat. Which is pretty neat. Also, just in case it wasn't clear, yes, the raid bosses and all the enemies get harder as you level up. And I'll kind of explain this as a kind of spoiler. For Malcolm's lab, or Malcolm's laboratory, which it resides on the continent of the 12, specifically, there are 3 wings of that labyrinth. So, you must have 3 parties to attempt that labyrinth or dungeon. There are also different rulings to that one, which is pretty cool. I believe
Sounds
Malcolm's
interesting.
Labyrinth also has only 3 floors. But they're reworked, so yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'll go over a couple of newer systems for those who aren't aware. So there are a few mechanics that are new to Malona. One of them being similar to the system that was in Sentia, called the mana system. However, in this version of it, it is called prismatic force. So, here's an explanation. Remember the mana system? This system is similar. However, all heroes will have this, not just mages. Prismatic force can be gained many different ways. For those who are spellcasters, when you cast any spell, it gives you prismatic force equal to the level of the spell that you cast. For example, level 1 spell will give you 1 prismatic force. For those playing melee builds, you will be able to gain prismatic force by either rolling a critical hit on a boss encounter or defeating an enemy with a glory level 5 or higher. You can also gain prismatic force by magical clashes or martial classes, or clashes, apologies. Then we have prismatic burst. Chosen at level 4, you may choose one of the following colors to represent your character: blue, green, yellow, orange, purple, white, red, black, light blue, gray, scarlet, and jade. Prismatic burst will happen similarly to mana bursting, which happens at 10 prismatic force. Once you hit 10 prismatic force, you gain the benefits of what your prismatic burst gives you, which is pretty cool. One second. Getting my bearings. Come on now. Okay, so next up is parry, or the parry mechanic. That's right, there's a parry mechanic. You're welcome to all those geeks and gamers that were begging me to make a fucking parry mechanic. Also, go fuck yourselves. Alright, so the parry ability is a samurai-only ability while wielding a katana or odachi. When an enemy attacks you and misses you, you may initiate a parry. This parry will look and feel similar to a martial clash. However, it has different effects depending on the enemy. That also means that should you parry an ability that is from a boss or an enemy or something like that, you gain prismatic force. So samurais are really cool. Then we have magic weaving. When you cast a spell and have the Weaver subtype, you may cast an additional spell that will increase the potency of the original cast, which is pretty cool. Then we have a buff to blacksmiths to make blacksmiths more wantable in many campaigns, which is called the quality. That's right. We're going fucking old school RuneScape or any other game that has qualities in it. So, this is a new system that is going to be applied to weapons, which ranges from new to worn to damaged to chipped to broken. Obviously having different effects. Which is a way to tell people that you need a fucking blacksmith in every campaign. Very useful. Smiles. But yeah. Also, for those of you who may be listening to the stream right now, potentially lurking, anything like that, and possibly wondering, but Ruben, can I play? Yes, you are more than welcome to join into my server, which is down below in the description. You may join that server, sign up for the Sentia campaigns, the Malona campaigns, blah, and potentially have a shot at joining the campaign. And for those of you wondering, all of my games are completely free to play. I do not do pay to play because that is absolutely fucking cringe. Alright. One moment while I believe I got
Question
somebody
about
on my
prismatic
computer.
bursts.
Yeah, what's up?
So, I assume that the prismatic bursts aren't permanent buffs, right?
No, they last until the end of combat.
Okay, so it's a buff that lasts until the end of combat. Okay.
Correct.
That's what I needed to know.
It's good that you asked that so I can clarify it. Yeah, the buff lasts until the end of combat, which at the end of combat, you return to 0 prismatic force. One moment while I go get my food.
Huh.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Basically, it's a way of the prism helping the heroes of the new planet, which has a continent that is not named yet. Smiles. Then I'll go in my room. Whatever. I've returned. With food.
Ah.
Hmm.
I have an idea for green prismatic burst.
Okay. Listening.
Okay. So, a direction I feel like I am naturally going into for my character is, somebody tries to deal damage to me, or they do deal damage to me, they get damage back put on them. So, keeping with that theme, what if the
1
prismatic
second,
burst
I'm being
is
summoned by Mother again.
alrighty?
Yes? You're a boomer. Okay, now I can listen. Hopefully I don't get summoned again. Sorry.
Alrighty. But so what if the prismatic burst is that you choose a target, and all damage that they deal to you gets dealt back to them also.
Oh shit, I did forget my drink. That does work. I like it.
Yeah.
Whatever, boomer. Alright. I totally did forget my drink in the other room, so I'm going to go run and grab that. But yeah, I like it. Dealing damage to an enemy that damaged you back. Maybe making it last a certain amount of time, though.
Okay.
Well, like 3 rounds is pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess...
But the prismatic burst only lasts until the end of combat. Also, the enemy could just not attack you, so then it would be up to you to get you to be the enemy's target.
I guess that's true, then that's fair. I was actually just thinking about that. Because most of my enemies are intelligent.
Yeah, so they'd figure it out, be like, oh, I'm getting hurt when I attack that person.
Yeah, I gotta work on some dungeon maps coming up this week.
Okay, so I've popped it in the Malona thing.
Awesome. The only other thing that I need from you is to potentially be available whenever we have this pillar meeting to discuss what the fuck are we gonna name this place.
Alright, and when do you think that meeting would be?
I think we said this Sunday.
Sunday?
I think. I don't remember. I'll probably ask tomorrow if they're all free to tomorrow. I'll probably ask tomorrow when people are free again. If they're free tomorrow, we might do it tomorrow. If they're not free tomorrow, then we're probably going to do it Sunday. If they're not free Sunday, then I guess we're going to have to reschedule for next week.
Yep.
Other than that, just build your city whenever you feel like you have the mental capacity to do so.
Yeah, I'll try to do that as soon as possible. I've got finals coming up, so
Yeah,
I really should be diverting my energy to that. But
if you don't think that you can do it, I am more than willing to build your city. Just know that it will not be your vision of a city.
mhm. I mean, I will try to do it. I probably will be asking you a couple questions because technically it wasn't made for like in my character's vision of it. It was made for the previous pillar, so I definitely want to get some input on that. Like, what would they probably have done with
He's a
that?
samurai. So basically, like, if I had to guess, I think Darth would have probably made it like probably I'd say like a modern day Japan.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so I'll probably take that and I'll probably go, well, the orcs also built it, so the orcs probably would have done orc things.
yeah, I'll kind of let you freeform it. I
Okay.
don't really care because, obviously they retired their character, so. Basically, and in lore too, like halfway through building, he would have retired anyway, so you would have been like, all right, time to demolish all this and build our own city. So you can kind of do
Okay.
whatever you want with it.
Okay, and do the cities have a purpose beyond just being a city
Yes, they
that
do.
belongs to... Okay.
You will be a quest
Just
giver.
okay.
Like your actual character will be a quest giver to the players that are put into a campaign near your city.
Okay, and is that all, or do the cities have a certain purpose that they need to fulfill?
Nah. Just have fun with it.
Okay, so it's just city for pillars having a city sake.
I mean, yeah. They're like, so basically, the way that I want Malona to work is that there aren't gonna be like small towns like there was in Sentia or Landuma. The major places that you can visit all are gonna have a pillar stationed there because on Malona, the heroes of the world must pay homage to the pillar of light that they enter the territory of. So, for example, if somebody
Okay.
enters into your city, they have to go straight to the fucking guild and let you know that they're there to pay homage to, you know, please don't kill me, big pillar guy.
Oh boy, would it be funny if that guild was hidden?
I
It's not
mean,
gonna do that. It would not do that.
you could totally do that, and I'd be fine with it. Because I'm going to do that for mine.
Hey!
Because I'm a wizard, bitch.
It would be so funny for the city, but nah, simple people live in the city. It'd probably be a direct access also with the like fighting aspect. So you'd want it to be very as streamlined as you can be.
I like it both ways. Both. Yeah, both ways. What'd you say? Sorry.
Oh, it's just going like yeah, hiding that guild would be really funny, but um, specifically for this city, the character and the people that are in it, they're they're not super smart wizards who will mess you up just because they feel like it. And with the like fighting aspects, you'd want it to be very streamlined, so very easy to see where stuff is.
Yeah. No, my pillar of light is an actual fucking mad wizard. So he's like, he can like craft spells as he casts them. Or he crafts
Ooh,
as he
the
casts.
the goal for your
So,
guy has got to be moving. If it's not moving, make it move to different spots every
what,
day.
the guild?
Yeah,
Oh no, I
build
have
up
a
the need to
different
find.
plan for it. It's gonna be hilarious.
Ah, okay. As long as it's funny and it's gonna screw you type of way.
Oh, it is. Because he doesn't want anybody to pay homage to him. He fucking killed a bunch of people. And he regrets it. A lot.
Mm.
Unlike me, the player. I'm like, I killed those people. And I did it while she fucking watched. Sorry. Oh, shit. Fucking yawning for no reason. Not even fucking tired. You got any questions about the dungeons, or did I explain them good enough?
Um, explained him good enough. Any questions that I have probably be answered during play because it's mostly like how exactly, which is that stuff is figured out.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to be an asshole, and I'm going to answer questions in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with all the new systems that I'm adding. I think this is
Oh,
probably going to be my biggest planetoid yet. It's going to be a lot of fun.
oh yeah, you have like a bunch of stuff that sounds like you're doing. I do have a little question about the parry. So it's when something tries to hit you, but doesn't hit you. Can you parry every single time that that happens, or are there restrictions?
Uh, so the way that I worded it is that as long as an enemy hits you and misses, you can do it. It's basically like a triggered action thing, but there are downsides to it. Like I said, it's gonna look like martial clashes, and if you want to go into the foundry really quickly, I kind of show you what a martial clash would be like. So, for example, let's say that two enemies were clashing against each other, and let's say that they both had a +5 to hit, right? So they would do this. Oops. Then bam. So 24 beats 22. So you win. Then we got bam, bam. So 22 beats 6. You win the parry and you deal damage to them. But let's say he was on the other side of that. It's like bam, bam. Wow, that was literally perfect. The enemy wins. You win. And then it comes down to the final roll, and it's like, it's kind of a suspense thing. You lose. Right? So it's kind of a risk versus reward type of idea that I have. Because if you don't parry, you get hit by the fucking weapon, and the enemies that I have that are gonna be able to like hit samurais, because their frontliners are gonna deal a lot more damage than normal. So it's
Okay,
gonna be
so
interesting.
it's basic another attack action that somebody will hit. You just need to figure out who.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and obviously, I might change it to where you have to, like, use, like, a special samurai action. Maybe called, like, a stance change or something like that to do the parry. But for right now, I'm just testing it out and seeing how the waters feel.
Okay, and you could have it be a reaction, so you only get one per round.
I might do that, but for right now, I'm going to do it to where, well, actually, yeah, I should probably clarify that it's once per round. You can do this as a reaction once.
And then, of course, if you want people to be able to do it more, you just
Let them have it
stick
more.
it. Yeah, let them have it more. So it's
Yeah.
like a feat or something. That's like parry stance, you know.
Yeah, the prism samurais, you're gonna have more chances of doing that because you know they're the prism.
Okay, and does it work with like ranged weapons or spells, or is it just melee attacks?
All right, sorry, I got summoned for food again, and I'm tired of yelling, so I'm just walking out of my room at this point.
Ah.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, does the parry work with like ranged attacks and spells?
No.
Okay, cool. So it is just melee.
God, could you imagine if you could parry a fucking magic attack?
I mean, it would basically be hitting it with a baseball bat.
It's not how magic works in my world, unfortunately.
Some spells maybe.
No.
A super condensed fireball or something, you know?
No. Simply, the answer is always going to be no.
Ah, shucks.
Mainly because, like, the way that spells work in my world is, like, more or less, how base 5e sees them is, like, if you miss a spell, it just, like, hits the ground or whatever. Or hits whatever's behind you or something like that. I can't remember, but it's my own ruling system. Unless you're Thievius, and in that case, God forbid you fucking miss. You don't want to see Thievius miss. Although I'm sure, in our campaign that is most certainly going to happen. By the way, I'm Thievius. I'm the player character of my own pillar. Durr. I play 2 pillars. I have Thievius and then Scarlet. Which is pretty cool. God, I love Thievius, man. Can't wait to play him. I'm so excited. The whole reason I'm so excited to play Thievius is because I haven't really gotten to play him in a campaign.
Really?
Since I played in like the first days. That was a long time ago. But
There are a
yeah,
bunch of characters I haven't been able to play. Specifically, my one for the campaign that Moon is doing. I want to play her so bad. Can't wait.
also, another thing that I'm giving players is when they hit level 5, because most dungeons will be 1 to 5 or 5 to 10. When they hit level 5, they're going to get a spaceship that they can sail the astral sea with, so they can explore other planets, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
There are going to be
Are you gonna
several
do like
options whenever
travel
that
rules?
happens.
Are you doing like travel rules or just basically like, hey, you should probably have fuel?
No, I have my own travel rules, and I have my own fuel system, and then I also have refuel system, and very much a lot of space travel shit. Basically, Malona's tech level is going to be equal to the modern day tech level, so they have spaceships and space stations and a bunch of cool shit. There's also, I have my own encounter table for space.
Love to hear that.
Also, since they're going to be staying in the similar nebula, or galaxy, sorry, I won't have to worry about time fuckery shit.
Ooh.
Hello, Annie. Welcome into the chat. Welcome to the first looks at my next D&D games. Sorry, I'm currently eating. I really like this continental map. I actually spent some time on it. It actually somewhat resembles a continent. Unlike all of my other ones that I've ever made. How's it going? I think right now we're in the late stages of planning out the games. Right now we are expected to begin running campaigns around mid to late May or June. Right now, if I get everything in place and in order, I'm actually ahead of schedule right now. So as long as we get all the prestige classes ported over, I start working on the dungeons and everybody gets their towns made and all that shit, we'll probably play or start playing around, I expect, May 25th, maybe. Maybe even a bit earlier if we get done quicker. Which is very, very nice. I'm very excited for it. Have you played Resident Evil? I have not, no. I've heard good things about the game. But I'm also not a fan of horror. It's my favorite right now? My favorite game of all time is Terraria, which we're going to be playing later on tonight with a bunch of friends. Other than that, probably have to say that my favorite game is Pokemon. Fucking love Pokemon. Terraria? Yeah, it's kind of like Minecraft, but way better, in my opinion. Man, I can't wait to reveal all my fucking secrets for this continent. I'm so excited. I want to play D&D so bad. I gotta work on 2 cities that I gotta build. Indonia and Akai. Might do that today. Let Koro handle some of the prestige class shit, because he does it faster than I do it. But yeah, I've heard the Resident Evil games are pretty good. I personally probably won't ever play them. Unless I live with Raven, who will cuddle me until I'm not afraid anymore when I play them. Also, I have like severe PTSD of needles. So in any game that I play that I see a needle, I have to turn away or I get PTSD attacks. It's great. That's why they don't exist in my world. Fuck those things. I've got to clean up my desk tonight, too. Got so much shit to do. So much time to do it. In fact, perhaps too much time. Can't be getting lazy. Although, now that I think about it, though, most of the Final Fantasy games are really good, too. I haven't played the most recent one, but I've heard that it's fun. That was some good shit. Yummers. Excuse me. That was good. Some really nice food. Take one last sip of my drink and then start working on some prestige classes. Maybe not. Unless I can figure out a way to have chat on my monitor at the same time, which I don't think I can. I gotta figure out how to put a chat box on my fucking OBS at this point. Yeah, the new one is out, but I haven't played it yet. I've heard rumor that it's good. I personally can't speak about it, because like I said, I haven't played it either. Yeah, is Dev good? Maybe one day I'll eventually play it. I have better things to do, in my opinion. Do you only do streaming on YouTube or others? I used to stream on Twitch. And then I decided that it was kind of pointless. Because every stream that I did, I got those bots that would come into my chat and post like the get viewers here type shit. And eventually I kind of got sick of it. So I just was like, alright, I'm done streaming then. At least on Twitch. So I'm purely streaming on YouTube now. Mainly because whenever I do my D&D stuff, I can only really have one chat open anyway. And I'd prefer that to be YouTube. Because I don't have many people that would watch me on Twitch, and I don't have a lot of mods that would want to watch on Twitch specifically, so I'd prefer just not to stream on the platform at that point. At one point in time, I streamed on Kick. But then, you know, kind of died off of that and went back to YouTube. I'm also thinking about streaming on YouTube. The biggest thing about streaming on YouTube is that, I'm not going to lie, there are several people that will come into your chat if you're a smaller streamer like me. Like, I've got 400 subs, but like, I'm still really fucking small compared to like my good friend Hawkblue, who has like 37,000 subs. And I get these bots that'll come into my chat and be like, "Are you looking for art commissions?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not!" And you have to ban them, so that's the only one downside to every streaming platform at this point, is that there are so many scammers out there that you have to be aware of, like, everything that somebody sends in chat. On YouTube, yeah, his name is Hawkblue. He's a good friend of mine. Or are you asking about the bots on YouTube? Yeah, on YouTube. Most, if not all, streaming platforms have those type of bots now. It's kind of depressing at this point. It's a wonder why none of them do anything about it. Kind of makes me curious from time to time if it's just like some sort of like thing that YouTube or Twitch or whoever is testing out to see if streamers are like doing the right thing or something. I don't know. I don't think about it too often. I just fucking ban them and get rid of them. The other thing about streaming on YouTube, and I kind of say this for experience. Personally, and this is just me, I've been doing this since I was like 14, kind of posting videos, and then sometimes whenever I was really young I would stream. I've gotten more into it now that I'm a little bit older, and I stream more often than record. When you post a video and you watch your views plummet, it kind of gets demotivating. But honestly, personal experience, I say just like stream the things that you enjoy personally as much as you want, and don't give a fuck about what anybody else says. Like, my passion is this. I love sitting here and just talking about D&D and doing stuff for my D&D world. This is my passion, so, yeah. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm gonna start thinking about what I want Akai and Indonia to look like. Fuck. I gotta get so much character art done. Moon, Callie, Ghost, and Raven are all working on my fucking star map, which is awesome. So that's one thing that I don't have to worry about right now. Oh, that reminds me. I need to send Moon the re-updated with the right nebula name.
Yeah, it's a little bit important.
I may have misnamed nebula. Whoops. Excuse me. That was gross. Oh god. Oh. I don't even know what prestige classes they did last time. Looks like Warlock is all done. Wizard isn't done, but Barbarian is. Cool. Can I please stop lagging? Jesus Christ. Dun 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 dun. All right. I'm gonna start map building a Kai. While you guys sit on this Malona screen, listen to me fucking ramble about absolutely random shit. Aren't I great? Akai, the city of wizards. Yup. Yup. Don't mind me. I'm just being weird. Alright. Akai is going to be ginormous. But I gotta find a wall that suits Akai. That suits Akai. Holy fuck, why am I yawning so much? Hold on. Bookmark this. So don't fucking lose it. Oh, here we go. Gothic Castle. Do any of these walls look good? Not really. That's fucking depressing. Damn, is there like really no walls? There's like temple walls, but... Oh, here we go. Dark marble, yeah. That looks like a thievius thing. Right, so... We'll go 25. Okay. I am not the most stable-handed person. when it comes to map building. But that doesn't mean I won't try my best. This. I need to find a stamp for a fucking drawbridge or some sort of castle gate. Castle. Oh God. I believe I've eaten too much. Here we go. We'll make the arch. Bit bigger than normal. You typing up a backstory over there, Crunchy?
Yes, I am.
Pog. Pog you.
In fact, I think I have a basic backstory that works if you want me to send it to you.
Sure. I will
Alright.
gladly receive
gonna
a
copy paste
DM
it.
from the greatest of the Crunchies.
Yeah, and I'm just making some notes about certain stuff.
Take a look. Okay.
Like how I expect certain things to go.
Never had access to a higher education. It's the first fucking word I read. You misspelled green.
I did.
Preen pillar? I think you meant to put green.
I see it. Yeah, just maybe.
Just maybe.
Yeah. Or wait, no, I decided it should have a new name. It should
Oh shit.
instead be how birds clean themselves, you know?
Should be called preen. Preen pillars. God, sounds like I'm running some sort of fucking princess group. You are the preen princesses. The fuck does that mean? I don't know. Just roll with it.
Means they're super picky. Oh yeah.
Yash. Indeed. Indubitably. I need to move this more centered. So, you, my good sir, have got to move. But, there we go. I'm not the best at building fucking castles. That's still not centered. Oh, God. How does one center an archway? By making it bigger.
Pure luck.
Alright, it's fixed. Good enough for me.
No.
It's not fixed, by the way. It's fucked it up even more. It'll be fine. Oh, God. Do 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 do. Bam bam bam. Ba da ba 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 do do do. Bang 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 ba dum bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Ah! I'm seepy. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours. Might call it for now and go take a nap. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna call it for now and go take a nap because I'm fucking tired. Worn out as it is. Normal DM stuff. Oh, God. Alright, chat. Hope you guys enjoyed the first looks at Malona. Hopefully these campaigns will be running shortly. If you want to watch me play some Terraria with a bunch of fucking friends, tune in at about 6... I don't want to say the other number. Around 6 or 7 Central Standard Time to watch us play Calamity Terraria. See you guys there. Bye-bye.